Welcome, everybody, to the Blackbelt Mindset Transformation Show. Each and every day, you're going over mindset, training, and diet strategies to help you transform your life. I'm your host, Jason Reed, and on the show today, we're going to talk a little bit more about strength training. We talked about the last 2 days, and then we'll also talk a little bit more about nutrition, some things to avoid as you start the New Year's. We are also having a guest today, Miss Lisa Michael. We also had an interview yesterday with Mr. Spencer Reed. If you haven't checked it out, click on the link below. He was actually on day number 2. But before we get started here, we always start off with our 3 G's. The 3 G's to being really happy in life. And I believe it's these 3 things that's going to help you get to where you need to go. The first one is gratitude, second one is growth, and the third one is giving. So I'm going to take about 30 to 45 seconds and go over each questions that make you respond and think about how this is important in your life. Now you can just think about this if you want to, or even better yet, write it down below, write what you're thankful for. Now you can write this in a journal, just think about it, it's totally up to you. So first of all, what are you truly thankful for? What are you thankful for in your past part of your life, in the relationships you've had, in the people you've been involved with? Think about thankful for some of the challenges that you had that maybe you weren't thankful for at the time, that you might have been thankful because it made you grow and become a better person. Think about some of the situations, some of the experiences you've had. What are some things that you did maybe people don't know about that weren't important to you then, but mean something to you now? And then second question I was going to is growth. How are you growing today? How are you growing your mindset, your body, your emotion, your relationships, your finances? What are the things that you're looking at improving today? In life, either things are getting better or they're getting worse. So as you go through today or tomorrow, what are the things you need to keep improving to get to where you're going? I learned a long time ago, back in 1996, a book called Awaken the Giant Within, this thing called KNI, Constant and Never-Ending Improvement. That's one of the best ways to make sure you're getting the value out of your life and constantly improving. And the last one, how are you giving? Truly, most people in life think about what can it get from me? What do I want? If I don't get it, how can I throw a fit? If you're grateful for what you have and you keep growing your skill sets and then you give to other people, you won't have time to get in those emotional states. In fact, when you give more, you become legendary. Truly, that's why I started this YouTube channel and what I do for. At first, as a martial artist, you could enjoy the competition and the growth. Then you realize that life is more about you. It's about what you give. So how are you giving other people without getting paid? So that's the mindset part. Next, we're going to move on, add on what we talked about in the last couple of days. The first day we talked about adding strength training in. Yesterday, we started talking about adding volume. Are you currently doing that right now? Whatever exercise you're doing, if you're currently in a strength program, looking at improving volume. The intensity right now doesn't have to go up, but if you keep improving the volume, giving yourself a break, we'll start working into intensity later on. The next thing to add on to this is your diet. What the fuel you put in your body is going to give you the energy that you're going to need to get you through the day or to get you through your workouts. And it's also the food that's going to slow you down. Now, nobody's perfect, and that's not what we're looking for here. But if you can make small changes in your diet to make a change, how would that make you feel? I watched a YouTube video the other day where the guy recommended 80 to 90% of your diet should be on fruits, vegetables, and meat, real food only. He says if everybody did that, they would cut off almost half of cancer and diseases. Now, which fruit, vegetable, or meat's best for you, that's ultimately up to you. I'm very keto, carnivore focused, as you may know, but that necessarily isn't the right thing for everybody. But getting rid of processed foods, getting rid of foods that make you lose focus, lose energy, and make you tired and gain weight and has all these negative consequences, if you can make one small change each day, that's what this is all about. You don't have to go from eating one way to diving into the hardest diet ever, just making small changes is what this is all about. And so if you do that, make the small changes in your attitude, small changes in your focus, and you start adding the training, the diet into as well, you start moving along the path. You start gaining momentum. When it was hard to get started, now you've already taken those first couple steps. So it's easier to get the things going. Is this going to be easy the entire time? No, it won't. But anything in life worth getting is. So that's it for the mindset, training, and diet. Now we're going to go into what I actually enjoy the most. This is our interview process. In a second here, we're going to be interviewing with Miss Lisa Michael. She's been training in martial arts for, actually, I'll answer the questions here in just a little bit. But she started training, her kids started training first. She has a son named Sam, daughter named Eva, husband named Chad. And they are all training martial arts, and they're all 4th degree black belts, exception of her husband is a 5th degree black belt. So I believe Lisa will be getting ready for her 5th degree black belt coming up in here a little bit. But as we take time here, we're going to go through the stories of what she's gone through and what she's been in. So without further ado, let's introduce Miss Lisa Michael. Yay! Pull up a seat here, Lisa. You're going to have to scoot over a little bit more there. Sweet. So first of all, thank you so much for doing this. Just to give you guys a heads up, we're at Academy right now, and on Wednesday night, we just got teaching our Tiger Cubs class, and Lisa, by me here twisting her arm a little bit, she decided to do the interview with me. So first of all, thank you. Super appreciate it. I like to just tell everybody kind of a little bit about your history, just about you growing up, where you grew up, and even before we get to the martial arts stuff, just letting people about your past.
I've always lived in Lincoln. I think this is a great town. I like living here a lot. I have a great family, really loving. My dad has always been a really strong role model for me my whole life. Been a great leader in my family. My mom has taught me a lot about dealing with people and just, honestly, I just can't say enough. They were great examples to me as I was growing up.
Do you have any major hobbies growing up? Any sports you played? I know you're in martial arts now, but did you do any other sports growing up or not?
No, I did no sports at all.
Really? For a fourth degree black belt, you did
Nothing.
no sports
Nothing.
growing up? Wow.
I've always liked being active. I like to run. I still like to run. But even when I was a kid,
I don't understand that.
I never was into organized sports. I never thought I could be good at it. I'm honestly not very good at games, but I like to run and I like to be active. So
Let's go with this. Tell me what got you started in running. Why do you enjoy it? I'm just going to do it real quick to the family. It's the only thing I don't like to do. I love to lift weights, CrossFit, Taekwondo, lifting weights, jiu-jitsu, everything else but running. So tell us what got you started, Lisa.
It's so bad, but I love to run because I don't have to think. I just have to go. All I do is just kind of zone out. It's a meditation on my feet. I don't think that's not original. That's been said before about running, but it's definitely true for me. All I have to do is just go. I just have to continue. I just have to keep going. I can think a little bit about like the challenges up ahead, but it's minimal. All I have to do is just dial in and just get the work done. So that's why I love it.
When did that start?
Oh gosh, probably about 2015. But I was not very good at running for a long time. It wasn't until I don't know how much you want me to say, but I was pretty unhealthy. I was off of 2 kids. I was probably about between 30 and 40 pounds heavier than I am now. I was not very good at running. It was really bad. And so then I started to strength train and I got stronger. I started here in 2016. Realized that I could never advance and get better if I didn't get stronger and if I wasn't better in general. And so I just really started to hit strength training really hard. I fixed my diet a little bit, not a whole lot. I'm not too crazy about the diet stuff, but and then I got stronger and I started to run really well.
So timeline here, you started running first, is that right? Or martial? Okay, so timeline, you started running and you said 2016?
2015, and then 2016 is when I started at Taekwondo. I think it was October 2016. Yeah.
Wow, and then since then you've added on strength training as well too.
Yeah, I feel like strength training is probably about the best for me, if long term, to improve my life and to keep it at a high quality to prevent injury. I'm not a strength training geek. I am not.
She's calling me a geek. Can you believe that? I interviewed her. She's calling me a geek.
Sorry,
It's okay.
I'll be honest. It's not my favorite way to train, but I do think it's one of the most important things that I can do as a martial artist and as an all-around athlete to stay healthy.
So this is a major take-home to people out there because not everybody loves doing martial arts like we do. And so if you don't love martial arts, it's not your thing, that's okay. There's a lot of us like that, but find out your thing. Whatever you enjoy doing, whether it's running, lifting weights here, it's not right or wrong, but make sure you're doing something. So I love that you do the thing that I hate to do, which is so funny. Tell us what got you into martial arts, a little bit about the history of your family, if you don't mind. Just kind of a brief who started it.
I'll be honest, I've always wanted to be a martial artist. I've always wanted to do like a karate or a taekwondo or anything, honestly. I just have always thought it was so beautiful. I love the way they kick and they punch and just like the striking and the history of it, just like the fact that it's been around for millennia. And so then when my husband was saying, oh, this place is opened up down the street from us, we should get Sam into it. I was like, absolutely we should. And I didn't care. Like I was going to do what it took to get him there and to do the classes. I didn't care how much he complained. I just felt it was really I just felt really strongly that this was really good for him. So then when my husband started, I was like, oh, okay, that's kind of funny. I remember
So Sam started first, right?
And then,
okay, her son.
And then my husband started when he became like a junior white belt, so about when he was 6 or 7.
So her son Sam started as a Tiger Cub at 4 years
when he was
old.
4. Yeah, he was like not even quite 4. It was like a week before he turned 4. So,
wow.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, so then your husband joined, Chad.
And then Chad joined, and then a few years later, my daughter joined as an early Tiger Cub when she was 3. And then when she hit the junior white belt class, about when she was 6, I started.
Crazy right now. And so that was, you said 2016?
2016.
Love that right now. And tell everybody right now you are a 4th degree level.
4th degree level 3 black belt. I've been doing this for 7 years. I plan on doing it for the rest of my life.
Yes,
absolutely. Yeah, right.
We're going to twist her arm and keep her here the entire time too.
Definitely, it's probably one of the great loves of my life. I have totally found a home here. It's the most fun and satisfying way to stay active that I know of.
Wow.
I mean, honestly, as much as I love running, you don't think, you just go, and that's great. That's a fun way to train. But martial arts is so much better because it engages every part of your body, like your body, your brain, your soul, because you're just really feeling it. It's just everything about it is amazing to me.
Love that. If you don't mind, let's talk about goals, where you're at right now. So obviously, just to tell everybody, we have a world tournament every year in July, and that's where you go. You can test at your local academies up to third degree level 3 black belt here, and that's where it generally happens. But when you get to go to fourth degree and above, it's kind of the big boy test, and you have to go through these pre-evaluations, these rough test classes I put everybody through as well too. Tell us real quick, when did you test for fourth degree first time? It was 3 years ago?
3 years ago, yeah.
3 years ago. And so right now these tests, you have to put a lot of effort to get to this. So if you don't mind telling everybody, what does your training look like? What are some personal goals you have getting ready for this as well?
Okay, and I have to emphasize this is not the way I train all the time, but this is the way I train for pre-test. I do 4 basic workouts every day. I do a cardio, I do a strength training, I do a flexibility, mobility training, and a taekwondo training. These can be as long as 15 minutes to up to an hour, honestly. It just depends on the day and what my schedule's like. But no matter what, I'm making sure I get those 4 key base workouts into my schedule somehow. Pre-test is so intense. Keeping up your cardio level and your conditioning level is key, but also making sure you're building on with the taekwondo, making sure everything is pretty much like all your ducks are in the row. You just have to make sure all those things are like the best they can be at that point, and that's why I train like I do.
I love that. A lot of what you do is a lot of people specialize in one thing, but to get to that higher levels, you need to be well-rounded in everything. So if there's a weak link, unfortunately, the instructor is going to pick on it, and it's going to be that thing that you're going to be called to do as well, too. So I think that's fantastic here. We got to wrap it up because we have a class coming in a couple minutes here. So any massive goals that you have getting ready for this? Strength, like, for example, a lot of people are trying to improve flexibility, some strength training. Do you have any major goal above anybody else, or just kind of doing the whole process?
It's pretty much like about details right now. If you guys say it all the time. You get to this level and there's really no big improvements you can make. It's all about little things. And so for me, it's pretty much taking all of my techniques to that higher level, foot shaping and intensity and just snapping, all of those things, trying to get them to where they are just a little bit better than I am now. And it's a frustrating process because there's not a lot of improvement. You don't really see a lot fast. But it is ultimately satisfying when you realize sometime you do a technique and you're like, wow, I actually nailed it that time. And then just kind of building on that, like getting 1 out of 5 times, maybe 2 out of 5 times until you're like 3 or 4 out of 5 out of 5 times.
And you have to be okay not doing good on those two. And a lot of times
for a long time.
Well, a lot of people do that. Well, I'm not good at this. And it's like, you have to be okay being uncomfortable for a really, really long time to do this. And when you get to a higher level, you know how hard it takes to get to that level. So I love that. All right, I got 15 questions for you. So what's going to happen is they're really short, they're really quick here, to the point as well too. So, all right, are you ready? First question, forms or sparring?
Forms, 100%.
Love it. If you have a choice of sparring, tactical or point?
Tactical, absolutely.
Me too. Spencer disagreed. Self-defense or board breaking?
Self-defense.
Love that. I can't read. Oh, favorite kick or move in Taekwondo?
Twist kick.
Ooh, a twist kick. I love it. Who's your favorite person to spar?
My husband.
Love that. If you could spar anybody not around here now in the organization or anybody all time, anybody alive, who would it be?
Okay, it's not that interesting of an answer, but I have a really good friend up in Sioux Falls. Her name is Sam Peterson. I love sparring her. I'd love to be able to spar her more regularly.
We are going to send her that video, and we're going to make that happen for sure. If you don't know Sam Peterson, she is the best.
She's great.
Love her. All right. Favorite Taekwondo class to teach? I know this one.
Cubs.
Tiger Cubs. Favorite anime?
I'll say Attack on Titan.
All right, cool. I asked Spencer second and third. Do you have more, or is that your favorite one by far?
Demon Slayer is actually maybe a little bit more, just because it's so pretty and I like the story a lot. It's a very, I'm not going to go into that, but yeah, I like Demon Slayer a lot.
Love it. Favorite TV show?
Oh no, I don't watch a lot of TV. I'm sorry.
It's okay. I have no answers on this one. I would have said the Dukes of Hazzard, but that's been around for 30 years.
Right? I don't think I have a favorite.
That's all right.
Any home improvement show.
Ooh, okay. I like that. I like to learn more. So.
Yeah.
Favorite video game?
Minecraft.
Love it. Favorite place you've been on vacation to?
Yellowstone National Park.
Ooh, I'm jealous. If we could go anywhere on vacation you haven't been yet, where would it be? Excuse me.
Glacier National Park.
Oh, awesome. Running versus weightlifting, I suppose.
Running.
All right. And I think that's it. Those are the last questions. Cool. So, Lisa, thank you so much. And I want to thank each and every one of you guys for going to the show. Tomorrow, we'll hopefully have a new one video with Mr. Matt Kimberling will be on the show as well, too. I want to thank you guys. Thank you for taking the time to watch this. If you know anybody else who would like to improve their life through mindset, training, diet, nutrition, please share that with them. So look forward to seeing you the next day.